To some people, 200 visitors might not sound like many. To others, getting 200 visitors may sound like crazy talk. We chose 200 visitors as a number because our research shows that on average, your first 200 visitors will become your first 10 transactions. So even though we're focusing on visitors and traffic, the real end goal here is sales. And the way those 200 visitors become 10 transactions is because of the conversion funnel. This is a process that a typical visitor will go through on your store. At each level, there is a natural drop-off. So to get measurable results at the end, we need a larger number at the top. A big part of being successful in e-commerce is understanding the conversion funnel. So let's briefly go over the levels, starting with discovery. First, we have your users, also known as opportunities or visitors. Potential customers. This is literally anyone that comes to your store. No matter who they are or how they found you, they're here. They're all possible sales. Maybe you were a result of a search engine, or maybe you paid for Google or Facebook advertising. Whatever the case, they see your store, and getting your store noticed is the first biggest hurdle you will face. Some key metrics you'll want to look at here are your impressions and reach. Impressions are the number of times your ad, paid or otherwise, are viewed. Reach, on the other hand, informs you on how many unique people viewed that ad. So even though you may have had 100 impressions on a Facebook ad, if those 100 impressions only came from 10 people, your reach is still only 10. Another metric are your click-through rates. When you decide to advertise, click-through rates, or CTRs, are the amount of people who see your ads and decide to actually click on it to be taken to your store, versus the people that see your ad and well, they don't. They just don't. This will let you know what ads are working so you can focus on those. Or maybe if they're not working, you can change up your strategy. So that brings us to the next level down, which is connection. The next step in their journey down the funnel is looking at products, browsing your wares and services. Hopefully, they'll see something tantalizing and decide to have a look around. About half of all the people that enter the top of your funnel will make it this far. Keep in mind that this is a funnel and drop-off is absolutely natural. This is why we want the top of your funnel to be as wide as possible. Something important here is going to be having great product photos and good descriptions. Also, having a large variety of products. Do you sell clothes? Make sure you have lots of sizes and different colors. You don't want someone coming into your store, finding something they like, but not in their size. Also, be sure to make sure your best-selling products are the ones that get featured the most. Something else to keep in mind is keep your products well described, and heck, even your product images well labeled. This will help with SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. We'll get more into this in a future video. All of this is designed to lead the customer to the next drop in the funnel, which is consideration. This next step involves getting them to actually add something into their cart, getting your product into their hands, so to speak. About 15% of your total traffic will make it this far. Something to look out for here is shopping cart abandonment. How many people will put something into their cart but then never go through the checkout process? These are people who almost made the jump down to the final part of your funnel. Maybe someone just called them just before they clicked the purchase. Maybe they're just browsing until payday. Maybe they just need a little bit more information or better photos. Knowing this metric will help you follow those patterns. But hopefully they'll move down to the bottom of your funnel, which is conversion. About 5% of all the people who visit your store will end up buying something. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's exactly why we're making this video about traffic. The simple fact is, if you can get traffic to your store, odds are that some of those people will buy something. This is the law of big numbers. More visitors means more sales. Checking your sales conversion rate is very important here. With this, you can see how many people who came to your store ended up actually buying something. I realize that you may have questions about some of these metrics and KPIs I've mentioned, and I promise that we will get into them. And eventually we'll go deeper on how to find them, how to read them, and what they even mean. Or, if you'd rather know sooner, there will be a list of resources in our Help Center that will direct you to places that can show you how to become better acquainted with reading this data. For now, understanding this concept will give you a good perspective on how, but more importantly, why your store is or isn't successful. In the next video, we'll be discussing how to get people into the top of your funnel for free using social media.